What's going on? A to Z Sports live here. Sam Phelan for another edition of Titans at 2. And a happy Victory Monday to those of you that celebrate out there in Titans world. It had been a contentious couple of weeks. A lot of tensions kind of boiling around St. Thomas Sports Park within the fan base, within the organization, and in the locker room. And it now feels as if a bit of that tension has been alleviated and fans are taking a bit of a sigh of relief. And as some of you guys here in the chat were saying, just inspired and hopeful is what Titans Fox says. So Titans fans feeling a lot better. And the highlight of the day, of course, is number 8. It is Billy Jeans. It is Will Levis, the rookie quarterback, throwing 4 touchdowns in his NFL debut. His first game with the Titans looked awesome, was excellent, was very poised, made a bunch of very big throws down the field, showcased some elite arm talent, deep balls, found DeAndre Hopkins 3 times in the end zone. Perhaps even the best throws of his day went incomplete at times. It was an all-around very strong performance from Will Levis that is starting to get the ball rolling on another question, because Will Levis was the Titans starting quarterback on Sunday because Ryan Tannehill was out with his high ankle sprain. We all know kind of the situation regarding Ryan Tannehill right now, where he is an impending free agent. And so today we're going to have the conversation, one, about the fans booing Malik Willis at Nissan Stadium. I'll tell you my opinion. We'll hear what the Titans players and head coach had to say about the topic. And then we're going to ask the big question. If Will Levis is going to be the Titans starting quarterback moving forward, will he? Should he? What vibe do I get from the team right now? And what if Ryan Tannehill returns to health? Before we do any of that, I want to remind everybody that Titans at 2 shows are powered and presented by Doughbird Pizza and Rotisserie. Doughbird Pizza and Rotisserie, located out in Green Hills. That's where you're sure to find flavor, bringing you an unexpected yet perfect duo with a crave-worthy menu of pizza and rotisserie chicken. Pizza and rotisserie. It's offbeat flavor combos made even more delicious, dunking your food in their house-made sauces, because Doughbird always delivers on flavor and satisfaction. I've been to Doughbird a few times. I've taken my family there. I've taken friends there. Regardless of the occasion, Doughbird has what you need. So go see them out in Green Hills. And thank you to Doughbird for powering Titans at 2. Okay. Kind of the question of the day, is you guys, I see, are very active in the chat. I love to see you guys active in the chat. See if you guys have any questions for me here before we kick things off. Yeah, Sam just wanted to remind you guys of what it's like to tune into 80. Listen, all right, Titan Fox. Hey, I appreciate the accountability. I got to try and be more on time. I had a radio hit to get to with 104.5. I was on there with Blaine and Mickey this afternoon. I was coming back from the facility from the press conference we're going to talk about with Mike Vrabel. We were bobbing and weaving a little bit, so a little bit behind schedule, but, no worries. Thank you guys for hanging out anyways here. So we're asking the question, is Will Levis going to be the Titans starting quarterback moving forward? I thought he looked excellent on Sunday. Mike Vrabel has been playing this a little bit coy. He said what you would expect, right? Like, oh, well, if Ryan is hurt, then it's going to be Will. But I thought there was an interesting response at the end of this video I'm about to play. Mike Vrabel asked, if Ryan comes back, do you still consider playing Will Levis as your guy?
Short turnaround, and with Ryan's injury status, is it just easy at this point to stick with Will for this week for Thursday night?
Well, we'll see where Ryan is. We haven't done anything with him here yet today, so we'll see how he is. But I think we probably would say that if Ryan can't go, I mean, we'll move forward with Will, and then we'll see where Ryan is. Again, it is a short week, but also we'll have to see who is available to us at every position.
Help at all, just in terms of Levis coming into the performance he had, maybe not having to rush back Ryan Tannehill, though?
I don't want to look at that as a determining factor of how fast players get back. We just need to get everybody back available and then make decisions at every position on who can play and who can't, and then what the game plan looks like and how we can try to go on the road and try to find a way to beat Pittsburgh.
So if Ryan's healthy, he's the starter. Ryan is healthy. If Ryan healthy, he's the guy still. Is that still the case even after Will's performance here over the weekend?
until Ryan's healthy, I don't think that, I'm ready to, make a determination. I think that's something that could be a possibility. But again, we're talking about hypotheticals, and we'll get Ryan healthy and see where things are at then.
So it's still a possibility, but he's not comfortable talking about it until Ryan Tannehill is back and healthy. Very different tune from this.
Ryan is healthy. Is he automatically the guy, or is there any?
Yeah,
chance he took a
Ryan.
look at-
No, Ryan will be. If he can go, Ryan will be a quarterback.
No doubt, zero doubt in Mike Vrabel's mind when he had that. I believe that was just 2 weeks ago or whatever, a week and a half ago, leading up to this Falcons game. You hear him say at the end there, yeah, I'm not ready to make that sort of determination, not ready to make that statement. So the wheels are turning. As much as everybody else is calling for Will Levis, Mike Vrabel and his staff are starting to realize how good the rookie quarterback really did look. Let's get to some of your questions here because Alex wants to know how I feel about Malik Willis being booed. I'm going to get to that later in the show. We're going to talk about it, and I'm going to kind of break down what I feel like is the reality of the situation when it comes to this Malik Willis being booed thing. So we'll get there, Alex. Titan Kong with a super chat says, Sam, thank you. Are you on the Mayo train? And as Rashid points out, I've been on the Mayo train, man. I don't like to toot my own horn. I don't like to be like, I told you so, because the fact of the matter is, like, media people, analysts, whoever, we get them right, we get them wrong. I've been wrong just as much as I have been right. And so I don't think, me being right about Will Levis or potentially right about Willis really means a whole lot of anything. But I have been on the Mayo train for quite some time now. I really liked when he was coming out of the draft, just the way his skill set fit in with what the Titans like to do offensively. When you have a guy who can make off-platform throws, has a big arm to really extend the field and push the ball down the field, has sneaky athleticism that he can get into if he needs to. I mean, sneaky in the sense like Will Levis doesn't rely on his rushing ability as like a becking call of his game. Like, it is not a big piece of his game, but he can hurt you with it if he needs to. It's very Pat Mahomes-like. It's very maybe more Pat Mahomes than Josh Allen even, or maybe Russell Wilson back in the day, where you don't view him as like a mobile quarterback who's going to run. And yet if you give him space or he can break the pocket, he can still go get 20 yards in his physical. I like how that fits in with their offense, especially out of play action. I like how good he was in play action at Kentucky and how quick his release is, how strong his arm is to fit the ball in the tight windows. Those are things that we are now seeing take shape in this Titans offense and really, help them. Like the fact that Will Levis was taking deep drops, pushing the ball downfield, I think one helped his offensive line pass protect for him better. I think helped Derrick Henry create some space. Derrick Henry got over 100 rushing yards for the second time so far this season. This is the big picture of what the Titans offense should look like. And Will Levis clearly just showed you, even as a rookie in his NFL debut, he has what it takes to operate it at a very efficient level. So, I've been on the Mayo train. And then Chad wants to know why nobody is giving me credit. Listen, if you tune into the A to Z Sports Morning Show, we asked the question the other day, what is one word to describe your expectations for Will Levis? My word then, my word now is Pip, as in Wally Pip. And for those of you that are unfamiliar with that story, Wally Pip, known for famously losing his job to an injury to one Babe Ruth. So when he got hurt, he was substituted out of the lineup, never looked back after that. I think it was Babe Ruth. Maybe I'm way lost in my baseball history. I'll actually look it up right now and see if I can find it. Yes, was an American League professional batsman, and Lou Gehrig. Sorry, Lou Gehrig. And it began Lou Gehrig's consecutive over 2,000 games played. So that is a famous story of baseball history. And this is what I felt like might be the case for the Titans. And I think we saw that play out. I think we saw the passing of the torch to Will Levis on Sunday. I think it was a day in a game that Titans fans are going to remember as this is the moment when it happened. This was not a flash in the pan to then give the ball back to Ryan Tannehill 3 or 4 weeks from now. No, this was a moment in time where Will Levis takes over, says, not only am I your future, I'm your best chance of winning right now. And that is genuinely how I feel about Will Levis on the Titans. I think even a healthy Ryan Tannehill does not have the same skill set in terms of like athleticism and mobility and arm strength that Will Levis has present day. I think the case to play Ryan Tannehill is slim to none. And it's a reason why Mike Vrabel went from this.
Is healthy? Is he automatically the guy, or is there any
Yeah, I
chance
mean,
you take a
Ryan.
look at-
No, I mean, Ryan. If he can go, Ryan will be a quarterback.
To saying it's a possibility, it's a hypothetical. I'm not comfortable making that designation. And, you know, of course, Will Levis not just proving to be better than Malik Willis, he's also Ran Carthon's guy who your general manager went and drafted. So for all of those reasons, he might be your starter. And the players seem to love him too. Listen to Derrick Henry talking about the rookie's debut.
Derek, for you guys today and seeing a rookie like Will Levis come in and did what he did, how much confidence did that just give the offense overall?
Yeah, he was balling, huh? Yeah, he was playing out of his mind. You know, it was good to see because he worked so hard, and I can tell he was locked in all week. You know, throughout the week through practice, and we were just all excited to see it come together for him and the offense, and us being able to finish drives and make some explosive plays.
What was his command like in the huddle?
Oh, him, he was calm, cool, and collected. You know, he took charge when he needed to. You know, was voicing, you know, what we needed to do better, and you know, echoing what the coaches were giving him, and he was saying it to us. So, did a great job, and so glad that he had a great game today.
A very good response from Derrick Henry, and Trey pointed out, like, yeah, Derrick Henry got a little giddy there. He's like, oh, he was balling. DeAndre Hopkins said some of the same stuff. He was like, man, we've known he's got that arm talent. We've been watching it in practice. We've been seeing it. So Titans players seemingly rallying around Will Levis and potentially the spark that he is providing for not just this offense, but this team in general. From 2-4, 3 days from now, they have a chance to get back to 4-4. That's a pretty crazy turnaround. This is an interesting question from MB. Do you think it's Vrabel's call, or is it coming from upstairs regarding whether or not Will Levis becomes the Titans starter long term? I think it depends what you mean by upstairs. I think this is Mike Vrabel's decision. I think it is a decision that will be made alongside Ran Carthon. I think the way the two of them have approached business up to this point of being co-decision makers in both free agency and the way that they piece their roster together, I do believe that they will collaborate on what they feel like is best for their team moving forward as far as who is starting. I do not believe Amy Adams Strunk or Titans ownership is going to, that they may voice their opinion. I do not believe they are going to force Mike Vrabel and his staff to make any sort of decision because of what's good for business. I don't believe that's how Amy operates. That's not her relationship with Mike. And that's not something that I would say you should be worried about. If you're a Titans fan who is worried about that, or maybe that's what you want, because, it would certainly point to them playing the rookie if the ownership was going to have a say in something right now. The other aspect here, the other, thing worth considering, obviously, was pointed out by somebody in chat, and I don't even see it anymore, but like, can Will Levis stay healthy? And the real reason that that's a talking point right now is because you have a trade deadline looming here in about 24 hours from right now, where the Titans are going to have to make difficult decisions about a number of players. One of them maybe being Ryan Tannehill. Kirk Cousins announced today, done for the season. Are the Minnesota Vikings looking for a guy that they believe is going to be getting healthy soon that could help them? Like, they're back in the mix in the NFC North, and now they don't have Kirk Cousins for the rest of the year. They'll be getting Justin Jefferson back eventually. So that's a very interesting situation to watch. Mike Vrabel did share right now, up to this point, the Titans have not received any calls about Ryan Tannehill. The deadline is tomorrow. I believe it's at 3 p.m. Central. It might be 3 p.m. Eastern. I don't know. Tomorrow afternoon, though, about 24 hours from right now, Terrence. So you've got one day. Mike Vrabel said right now the Titans have not received any calls about Ryan Tannehill. You'd get an idea that if a trade was going to happen, a lot of the groundwork would have to happen this afternoon in order for them to potentially restructure his deal in order to move him and eat some of the contract. But Mike Vrabel also said, we're open. We're listening to anybody. It's a disservice to our football team and to our organization if we're not listening. And so there is still a possibility out there that Minnesota could call, the Jets could call, one of these teams in need of a quarterback could call, and the Titans are going to have to make a tough choice about Ryan Tannehill or Derrick Henry. And part of that is, do you think Will Levis can be healthy? And do you think he can be your quarterback moving forward this season? Does he give you the best chance to win? Because it's easy to play Will Levis if you've got Ryan Tannehill as your insurance policy. If you don't have Ryan Tannehill and it's Malik Willis, who we have seen struggle and has really proven at this point he doesn't have what it takes for this offense to thrive, you could be in trouble there if you eliminate your depth at the position. Going to talk a little bit more about Malik Willis. Really, really fascinating conversation that I want to get in on and have that's been going around Titans world recently about the boos. Malik Willis being booed, what Titans players thought about it. I'll tell you what Mike Vrabel had to say about it. I'll tell you what I think about it, and we'll kind of get your opinions as well and really break down what the heck happened at Nissan Stadium and why everybody seems to be up in arms about the Titans booing. But before I do that, I want to tell you guys about Doughbird. Again, Doughbird Pizza and Rotisserie. You can stay, grab a slice, sip on a cocktail at happy hour, or even catch a game at the bar and sneak away for a date night. You can grab a seat at the bar, sipping on those inventive craft cocktails made daily with fresh juices. They have a happy hour Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with deals starting at $5. That's going in less than an hour. So if you're looking for a place, maybe you want to watch Monday Night Football somewhere tonight, Doughbird, check them out. It's a good place to do it at. Deals starting at $5 with half-price bottles of wine all day on Tuesdays, and a recently announced Bottle and Bird special that features a bottle of wine, an entire rotisserie chicken, and 2 sides for $40 when you dine in. That's a nice little date night package, if you ask me. If takeout's more your style, grab the family on the fly takeout bundle to feed the entire family. The go-to spot for to-go food in the neighborhood out in Green Hills at Doughbird Pizza and Rotisserie, where you're sure to find flavor. Let's jump into it. And while I play this video here, I want you guys to just one word it to me and tell me in or out. Or no, let's do it this way. True or false? We'll do it true or false. Titans fans justified in booing Malik Willis on Sunday. Titans fans justified in booing Malik Willis on Sunday. And I want to take a timeout ahead of time while you guys do that and let you know, I have seen the reactions on Twitter. I have seen the people in my mentions saying, we weren't booing Malik. We were booing Vrabel for the decision. Here's a news flash. If you're booing the coach's decision to put in Malik into the football game, you are then booing Malik. Like if you are booing the fact that somebody is playing for your team, you're booing Malik. So let's get that out of the way. It was not Titans fans were booing Malik Willis. That might be cool. Like you might think that's still justified. That's what I want to know. True or false? The Titans players would certainly say false.
Something maybe to build on going forward.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just one of 11. I mean, there's a lot of guys that did their jobs today that won us that game. I mean, 7 being one of them, Malik. Really, that left a sour taste in all of our mouths when we were hearing those boos when he was coming on the field. And we got to know that he's going to be a big part of us going forward to win games. So let's just come correct next time as fans and treat him correctly.
Just trying to come down with the ball and build confidence for the quarterback. And for the Titans fans, us in the locker room, we don't appreciate the boos for Malik. That's very unfair. He's on this team and he's part of us. In what we do. So just definitely it's not something I expected coming here. And I don't think that's very fair for Malik.
That's Will Levis, DeAndre Hopkins, both going out of their way to bring it up in the post-game press conference. And then here, an interaction that, bear with me, it is a little bit long, but it's very good because this is as animated as I have ever seen Derrick Henry in a press conference. Really the most I've seen him talk in a Titans press conference, with over 2 minutes of banter about why he feels like Titans fans should not boo Malik.
Spoke about Malik Willis when he went out there.
Oh yeah, I definitely was gonna say something about that.
What's your input in regards to that?
Well, I was in the game and we were going for it. So I'm like, what they booing about? And I'm looking around, and then until I seen Malik go out and Will come in, and I realized, I'm like, they booing Malik. I mean, he's a part of the team. He was drafted here. He's worked as hard as he can to make it to this point, and will do anything he can to help this organization win. He's a great teammate. He works his tail off each and every day to be ready and to come in and make plays, and that's all he's trying to do. I understand, fans are frustrated, when we lose and it's not going the way we all plan, but, we all frustrated. Nobody wants to win, more than we do as players, because we the one out there and, trying to do the best we can to showcase and go out there and win games and, have the fans in it. And, it's like, we're all a family. So, it doesn't help, being booed, when you're just trying to go in there and make a play. And I'm sure, since a kid's been his dream to come play in the NFL and for his organization, I just feel like, that ain't needed, for somebody that's just coming in to help us win. And Malik's a great kid and a great person, and, he'll do anything to help this organization win.
The feedback that we've been getting, though, from fans, though, is that they weren't booing him necessarily, but booing the decision.
What decision? Because he got 4 yards on that play. That's positive.
It took Will out.
To take Will out to put him in is kind of what the other side's saying.
Yeah, I know. Will wasn't done. I think Coach put it out there. They both were going to play. So I think everybody should have been anticipating that, either way it goes. And, and I feel like on that play, it was a positive play, and Malik got what he could out of that play. And I feel like I just don't feel like there was no need of booing. Now, if we was getting whooped and they were just going crazy on us, we weren't doing anything, then I understand that. But we were moving forward. Everything was positive.
Can't they be upset at his previous play where he couldn't handle the snap and couldn't fall on it?
Everybody's entitled to how they want to feel. But at the same time, if everything is going in a great way, I don't feel like there's no need of booing. We understand that they're frustrated, and we want to do everything we can to get this thing going the right way. But like I said before, Malik wants to win just as bad as anybody on this team and this organization and the fan base as well.
So long. But I think you guys would agree, very entertaining, very worth it and interesting from Derrick Henry to hear from him. Good banter from the Titans media. I was part of that press conference. And I think everybody was trying to make the same point on behalf of the fans, which is what people claim, like, well, we weren't booing Malik. We were booing the decision. Why can't we boo when he had fumbled the ball before? All valid questions. So let's see what you guys have to say, because I asked you guys, true or false, Titans fans were valid for booing Malik Willis. Most of you guys came in and said true. That's what Howling Wolf says. That's what Trey says. Hammer says that. Memory Mix says false. Charles says false. Billy says true. Lou Man true. Titan Kong true. Eddie true. A lot of trues. Let's see. We got a both true and false on the fence. A false from Marquez. We got an answer is true from Hammer, a false from Big Dog, a false from Jason saying it's not a good look. We got a bunch of trues. True says Clayton. I think the answer here, Mark said false here, actually. Let's see. Brandon said false. Karen said false. A lot of people said false after hearing what the Titans players had to say. This is true. This is true. Titans fans were justified and valid for booing Malik Willis. And I don't want to hear the argument that I don't want to hear an argument that, well, we weren't booing Malik, we were booing Vrabel. We were booing the coaches for putting him out there. Yeah, it was a stupid decision to put him out there. But if you are actively booing the choice to put somebody in the game, you are booing that player's presence on the football field. You are booing that player. So let's get that out of the way. it was an act of booing that Malik Willis was in the game instead of Will Levis. That's fine. Stand on that. Stand on that. It needed to be booed. Malik Willis has been bad. He just has been. He's a great guy, a great kid. I love talking to him when he's, more of himself. Sometimes he has this media persona. He's afraid to say things, whatever. I get it. I like Malik. I root for Malik. He hasn't been very good. He's had trouble running the offense. He's had trouble seeing the field. He's had trouble holding on to the football. It was a bad plan by Mike Vrabel and the offensive coaching staff to put Malik out there for random plays with a center in Aaron Brewer in his first year playing center in the National Football League, snapping to two different quarterbacks that he has never snapped to before, when there's a 3-inch height difference between the two quarterbacks. It's unnecessary. It was a bad call. And so Titans fans, boo away. But we also have to understand, and I seen the chat going crazy a little bit, going saying, well, this is soft. This is soft out of Henry. This is soft out of D-Hop. This is soft out of Levis. It's not soft. It's called being a teammate. This is what a teammate does. You stand up for your teammates. They are strong in that locker room as a unit together. They don't want Malik getting booed. They like Malik. They don't want Malik having his confidence shot. And Malik Willis is a great teammate and has done everything, as you heard Derrick Henry say, to help the Titans succeed to the best of his ability. It hasn't worked out, but it is still those. I love it out of D-Hop. I love it out of Levis. I love it out of Derrick Henry to sit here, stand on their belief that, hey, let's not do that. Let's try and give this guy some love. Let's stop booing him. And I love it out of Titans fans to express your dissatisfaction. I don't think there needs to be a perfect harmony here. And oddly enough, Mike Vrabel kind of said some of the same. I'll pull up the exact quote from head coach Mike Vrabel when asked about the booing for Malik Willis. He said this, asked about his feeling on fans' right to boo the team. 1, we have great fans. I was a little curious coming off the bye, and maybe the uniforms and alumni help, but I know that when we play hard, we play physical, we look like we know what we're doing and it's not sloppy, blah, 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 blah. We know that fans are going to show up. They're there. They're cheering when we're not playing bad football. They're loud on third down. They've helped us win. They've helped us in goal line stands. They've helped us on and on. So with that being said, if there's things that they don't like, they've got a right to boo. We all are disappointed when we don't do something well or the decisions that we make. I know that they're going to be there. They're going to support us as long as we are playing the way we're supposed to play. Asked about the players saying, don't boo Malik Willis, Mike Vrabel says, what I think about that is exactly what I said. Our job is to play and our job is to coach. It's also our job to support our teammates. That's a player's job, support your teammates. I appreciate them supporting their teammate. I think that's the correct take. Mike Vrabel also said, hey, some are saying they're booing me and not Malik. That's fine. Put it on me. His exact quote again, if it was directed at me, great, I'll take it. If that's what it was, you can put a poll out and let me know how it goes. I'm more than okay with the plan that we had, so boo me. I love it. I love it out of Mike Vrabel. But I don't like this idea that's out there right now that it's either one way or the other. It's my way or the highway. It's black and white issue of, can you boo? Can you not boo? Is it disrespectful and classless to boo your own player, or is it totally justified? There is a middle ground here where Malik Willis has played poorly. He just turned the football over the last time he was in the game. You then put him in there to take out Will Levis, who was balling out. Titans fans were fed up with the BS. They're fed up with this 2-quarterback stupid game plan that you had going on. Let the kid play. Let the kid who's balling out play. That's what the boos were towards. They were to Malik for turning it over. They were to Mike Vrabel for putting Malik out there. They were to Tim Kelly and the whole Titans coaching staff for the constant offensive struggles in general that have driven this fan base mad for the last 2 years. Go ahead and boo, but then stand on it. Don't try and make excuses for it and say, well, we weren't actually booing Malik just because Derrick Henry got upset with you. It's fine to boo. Fans should boo. Players should be upset about it. We're in the right spot here. That's my feelings on it. I don't really have a ton else for you guys here. It's a quick turnaround. Titans have Pittsburgh on Thursday night, an opportunity to get back to 4-4. If they do get back to 4-4, people got to owe me some apologies. That's all I'm saying. I've been called crazy saying they could get back here. Minka Fitzpatrick out. Kenny Pickett potentially out. I have another note here. Somebody asked about Chris Hubbard a couple times. My understanding is Chris Hubbard will not play against Pittsburgh. So expect Andre Dillard at left tackle, possibly Andre Dillard, maybe some Jalen Duncan at left tackle with Nicholas Petit-Frere at right tackle. So that's fingers crossed and some potential problems. We'll see if they can block TJ Watt or not. But a big chance for the Titans to get back to 4-4, back to even 500. Keep in mind, they have a tiebreaker over the Bengals. They have a tiebreaker over the Chargers. Should it get there, they have some games coming up against the Colts, against the Carolina Panthers, against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The season is not dead. We have newfound hope in number 8. It's Will Levis. And we'll see what happens with this trade deadline less than 24 hours away. So a pretty quick week. I will see you guys next time on Titans at 2 with maybe. I'll say this, by the way, we're going to go to Friday for this week's version because Thursday is game day. I'd like to have some post-game stuff to talk about the next time I talk with you guys. So we're going to go to Friday afternoon after Mike Vrabel's post-game. We might be sitting here at 4-4. Who knows? But yeah, Titans at 2, back at 4. Buck Rising's live on A to Z Sports Primetime later tonight and the A to Z Sports Morning Show all week. I'll be making multiple appearances on there. Till next time, we'll see you guys later. Tighten up. Thanks for hanging out.